Fellow Kenyans, and for the sake of being repetitive, we will not realize our vision for a better Kenya for all Kenyans unless we as a people work together to conquer the monster of corruption. It is for this reason that we have deepened that war against corruption. As part of our anti-corruption strategy, we have signed bilateral mutual legal assistance agreements with a number of countries in the world, which is making the world a very small place for corruption kingpins. There is almost nowhere now left for them to hide ill-gotten wealth, and once we have proved that it is stolen money, the agreements that we have signed provide for the assets to be returned to the Kenyan people. In the same breath, we shall continue our cooperation with foreign investigative agencies to counter the dangers of transnational crimes, particularly drug and child trafficking. We shall not allow Kenya to be a base of operation for drug lords, and our resolve on this matter should not be tested. Kenya will push hard to lead in urging the multilateral financial and political system to take more action to stop corporations from illegally avoiding taxes, disregarding environmental responsibility, and acting with cruelty and contempt against citizens of countries in which they have invested. Here at home, I remain committed to strengthening governance institutions, entrenching the rule of law, and stamping out corruption. Through the efforts of our investigative agencies and the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, individuals who may have thought they were untouchable are now facing the full force of the law. Those individuals, I agree, deserve fair trials, but nothing more than that. I am calling once again for our judiciary to ensure that its procedures are not used to protect impunity. Kenyan spirits are dampened when we witness suspects released on ridiculously low bail terms, interference in legislative processes, and the use of the court process to delay justice. All arms of government must work together to ensure that our nation gets rid of this menace once and for all. To those engaged in fraud and abuse of office, I plead with you once again to listen to me keenly. You can run, but you will never hide. We will catch up with you and make you pay dearly for every coin stolen from Kenyans. And to you, the people of Kenya listening to my address today, please, as I have said, it is time for you to stop watching from the sidelines. It is time for all of us to become active participants in this war. It is time for you to say enough, be it to a policeman or a governor, a clerk, a cabinet secretary, a judge, or a politician. Nobody entrusted to hold public office has the right to demand a bribe from you or to squander what you have all earned hard from the sweat of your brow. I have shown you my unshakable resolve on this matter. Now I need all of you to join hands together with me to make this a reality. Report incidents of corruption to your local Directorate of Criminal Investigations. And if they do not listen, report to your nearest Ethics and Anti-Corruption Office. And if they don't listen, give the information to the media, to civil society, actors, to unmask these people. Please, fellow Kenyans, do not tire of doing the right thing. Early January next year, I hope to attend a national anti-corruption conference organized by stakeholders from the private sector, religious leaders, and civil society. I am grateful that our brothers also in the opposition have agreed to join hands with us at that conference, where we can come out with one resolve to defeat this menace. I am hopeful that this conference will come up with a roadmap that we can all adapt to further this war in order to get rid of this cancer. While still on the matter of corruption, let me say that I am proud once again this year that we frustrated the criminal cartels that had laid siege to our education system in the years past. We have delivered yet another credible set of national examinations for our Class 8 and Form 4 students. To those who have completed Class 8, proceed to secondary school, remain committed to working hard, behave decently, love your country, and protect it from its enemies, and most importantly, embrace integrity. We are counting on you to take over from us and lead this country to the next stage of development. In our continued efforts to develop an education sector that empowers Kenyans to be engaged citizens and competitive entrepreneurs, my government is increasing investment in free and now compulsory primary and secondary education. We shall continue to improve the quality of teaching and the infrastructure of our learning institutions. With government providing free education at the basic level, there is no reason for any child not to be in class. I expect all national and county government officials to shoulder full responsibility personally and collectively towards the achievement of our basic education policy goals, especially the 100% transition from primary to secondary schools. Following the conclusion of the selection of Form 1 students in 2019, I will hold education officials, chiefs, and assistant chiefs accountable for enforcing full compliance to this policy. Each of them must keep track of learners who sat for this year's KCPE within their respective jurisdictions and ensure that all of them report to secondary school. Let me now turn to our policemen and women. Building on the last 5 years of strengthening the National Police Service, from increased recruitment, training, to equipment, we have made a quantum leap in the hardware of our security services. However, for us to see a complete transformation of our police, we must also focus on the software. My administration has prioritized the improvement of the personal welfare of our police service, and I wish to assure Kenyans that we are firmly on course. Our new housing policy for uniformed officers has commenced, with disbursement of housing allowances underway. This will enable general duty officers to gain decent accommodation across the country. The goal of these reforms is to create a renewed policing regiment with a new generation of officers who are dedicated as well as motivated. Fellow Kenyans, let me end my address today by urging especially our young people to embrace once again the wisdom of our national anthem. Take the path of becoming patriots who work hard in unity to grow our country's leadership in every field of human endeavor. I promise to continue walking this journey with you. Do not allow yourselves to be allured to promises of wealth from corruption or ill-gotten wealth. Our founding fathers of this nation built businesses, farmed hard, sought new knowledge, and practiced politics of unity and democracy even when they argued amongst themselves. They built a foundation upon which we stand today. Let us learn from their triumphs, but also learn to avoid their pitfalls. And you too will help build a Kenya that is a catalyst for the renaissance of Africa, and indeed, that is the spirit of our building bridges initiative. We can only reach our destination as a united people who see in their challenges not a call to cynicism, but rather an opportunity to contribute solutions. Let us all, therefore, in one accord and in common bond united, build this nation of ours together for the glory of Kenya. The fruit of our labors may fill every single heart with thanksgiving, and let us love and honor our precious heritage.